Hi Monarchs, welcome to the second video for lesson 6.4. If you have not done so already, please go watch the first video or else this video won't make sense. Okay, so we left off in example 2. We have 0x plus 0y equals 4. So these just cancel. Those both cancel to 0. So then we get 0 equals 4. And does that make sense? No, right? 0 and 4 are not the same thing. That does not make sense. We have opposite numbers on either side of the equal sign. So if you look up here, this is parallel lines. We have 0 equals a number that is not 0, right? It is false. So this means that we have parallel lines, which means we have no solution. Okay, we have no solution, which means these lines never cross. Okay, that's what no solution means, is that those lines never cross. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the last example we have here, example 3. Okay. So example 3, we are going to solve just like we did before. So I'm going to add my two lines together. We're combining them. We're doing combinations. So 2x minus 2x is 0. Okay. 3y minus 3y is 0. So we have 0 plus 0 equals negative 8 plus 8 is 0. So that cancels out. I get 0 equals 0, which is true, right? 0 is the same thing as 0. So you can see that I have a single line. So 0 equals 0, which is true, which means I have infinitely many solutions. Okay. Infinitely many solutions. Okay. And that is because I get the same number on both sides of the equal sign. All right. So now let's move on. We'll take a look at the 3 down here. This is what your homework is like. It says describe whether the system graphically represents parallel lines, intersecting lines, or a single line. Remember, parallel lines are when we have no solution. Intersecting lines are when we have one solution. A single line is infinite solutions. Okay, then we're supposed to state whether it has one solution, many solutions, or no solution. Okay. So as always, the first thing that we're going to do is add these two together. We're going to do our combination. Okay. So 11x, so x plus 11. So 1x plus 11x gives me 12x's. Okay. 1y minus 1y is 0. So those cancel out. And negative 6 plus 42 is a positive 36. Okay. So to get rid of that 12, I know I need to divide it because it's multiplying my x. So those cancel out. I get 1x, or x equals 3. So then if I don't know what that means, I look back up at the top of my sheet. I see that when I get x equals a number or y equals a number, I have intersecting lines and there is one solution. Okay, so on my 2 lines down here, I would write intersecting. Okay, and then underneath, I would write one solution. Okay, now let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 I'll do in red. All right, so number 2, we have negative 2x plus 3y over negative 4x plus 6y equals 10. So if we tried to add these together, we would not have opposites, right? We would not have opposites. So we need to figure out a way to make opposites. And I know that if I multiply this equation by 2, that'll get me here, right? But I know I need to do it by a negative 2 in order to make opposites. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 2. Okay. So when I multiply the top by negative 2, I get negative 4x. Then 3y times negative 2 is minus 6y equals 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Okay. Now I'm going to write my other equation underneath that. I have negative 4. This should be a positive 4x. Negative 4x plus 6y equals 10. And now I can add them together. Okay. So 4x minus 4x is 0. Those cancel out. So that's 0 plus negative 6y plus 6y is 0 equals negative 8 plus 10 is 2. So those cancel out. I get 0 equals 2. That is not the case. 0 does not equal 2. So I know when I get 0 equals a number, that is false, right? I have parallel lines that have no solution. Okay. So down here, I would write parallel lines. Then I would write no solution. Okay. So stay tuned for the next video. We'll go through number 3 as well as provide the homework help. Okay, so stay tuned for video 3 for lesson 6.4.